Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
Yeah, welcome to a crazy Monday. After Championship Sunday, there's only 4 more quarters of football
Need
left.
a hug, Corey, over there. Corey's all sad.
And then, obviously the big news of the weekend. We'll get into all of that today, but welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. My name is Stick.
What's going on? It's Corey.
And good morning, it's Joey.
And we got Art on producer cam today, and Fish doing his fishy things, coming up with fish facts at 9:50. And Corey, before we get started, that hoodie's sanctioned, right? You're good with that?
Yes, the hoodie is sanctioned. This is created by Tommy Walker, owner and creator of Detroit versus Everybody. He went ahead and released a long time ago the Divine 9 BJLO collection, and Tommy is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi.
Okay.
So
You believe him? You believe in him? I don't know.
I don't know, because we both checked him different times this morning. And he was like, no, I'm good. Because, the last thing you want to do is, steal from Tommy Walker like the rest of the world has. Like, you see Los Angeles versus everybody. You see all these other places versus everybody. And you know damn well that Tommy did not give them permission for that.
I've seen him send out many cease and desist letters personally, and I always just like, hey, bro, I used to screenshot him like, hey, somebody's stealing this, somebody's stealing that. And he would just, I'm already on it. I'm already ahead.
My favorite is the janky ones where you look and it's like, that's not even the right font, bro. What are you trying to do?
You gotta go at the guys for stealing the ideas. And, that's verse everybody, such a simple idea, but it blew up so big for Tommy Walker.
I actually have an honest and interesting story about that.
What you got?
So before he even created Detroit versus Everybody, he was a dope photographer and videographer, and he was one of the people that inspired me to get into it. So I asked him, hey, can you help me out with this? I'm trying to get some, get my game right on the photos and stuff. He said, oh, man, I'm not doing that. I'm starting this T-shirt business. And I'm like, a T-shirt business? You're the best in the city at photo and video. Why would you do that? He said,
wow.
Trust me, I have an idea. Once you see it pop off, You'll understand.
And that's a good lesson, man, just like a life lesson. One of my favorite Kanye quotes is just because I'm a rapper doesn't mean I can only be a rapper. And just because I'm a photographer doesn't mean I can only be a photographer. People can do multiple different things.
See, you can, but take that with a grain of salt, because if you're like an Andre Drummond or like a Juju, make sure you stick to your sport first before really branching off too much.
Yeah, perfect one thing first, I guess, is the message. So it was a big weekend for sports, not only MMA, but NFL. And then, of course, some huge Detroit local news. Joey, you want to get into your news?
So the big news, obviously, we're starting off with the Chiefs versus the Bucs in the Super Bowl. And there's just so much crazy stats around this game, because this is the first ever Super Bowl to where a team is playing at their actual home field.
That is awesome.
It's unbelievable. So the Bucs and Tom Brady, his first season over there, gets to bring the Super Bowl home.
And what I love about that is Tom Brady had to win on the road to go home for the Super Bowl. It's so poetic. It's so poetic right now, man.
It is.
It was the perfect setup. And then think about this. Like I said last week, if he beats Breeze, Rodgers, and Mahomes in the same postseason while hosting the Super Bowl at home, mic drop.
What is goatier than goat?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
What is there? What
for
is
real.
alpaca? What can we name him? Because goat would be so far underneath him at that point.
I don't know. We have to maybe pull a Rob Park in another direction and create our own adjective or whatever for him, because that's insane.
Right.
It's got to be something like his own emoji at least.
Right. Gorilla.
Right.
It's just the gorilla.
The craziest thing that I heard about this game, Mahomes was 6 years old when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl.
Wow. Not even when he entered the league.
6
Won his
years
first Super Bowl.
old.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the Super Bowl. We're excited. Taking place February 7th. And another thing I wanted to highlight was high school sports. Over the weekend, high school sports, I'm so glad that we got to finish the season in the state championship. And a couple of the bigger games that we got to highlight is Birmingham Country Day getting their 4th football state championship, beating Cadillac 13-0.
Wow, good for Country Day, man. They used to be a football powerhouse back in the day, and then they kind of fell off.
Yeah, they did.
So it's good to see them back.
Yeah, so that was a big one. Warren De La Salle in the Catholic League, they lost to Muskegon Mona Shores 25-19.
Good bounce back season though for LaSalle.
Yep, and then the Michigan great running back from West Bloomfield High School, Donovan Edwards, balled out. West Bloomfield 41-0 beating Davidson.
Dude, he looked like Jonathan Taylor out there.
Yes.
I was watching that game because that's when the Stafford news broke.
Yep.
I was watching that game, and he's out of control. And then I guess the coach of West Bloomfield is now moving on to be, I believe, the wide receiver coach at Michigan.
So he's going with him.
He's going with him, yeah, taking
That's
his
awesome.
boys with him. That is cool because West Bloomfield, they've been building this program for a while, so it sucks that they're losing their head coach, but it's good to see them putting people up at the next level. So congratulations to West Bloomfield and my best friend Wellington Andres. West Bloomfield finally got a championship. Their first one, baby. We used to clown them so hard for not coming to St. Mary's, but West Bloomfield looks damn good.
What's crazy with high school sports right now is a lot of them are doing this early move-in because of COVID.
Right.
So it's like he was actually moved in already on campus and then came back to play this game. So it's crazy this whole season, but congratulations, all of you state champions. The Pistons and the Wings, they both took 2 losses this weekend, sadly. The Pistons taking on the 76ers tonight at 7 p.m. after losing to them on Saturday by 4 points. And then the other big local news is a $1 billion, not million, $1 billion $1 billion mega million dollar jackpot. That was such a big tongue twister.
That is a tongue twister.
The winner of that ticket purchased at the Kroger in Novi.
Novi, baby.
In Novi.
And
In
that
Novi.
person is staying hush.
Oh,
like
yeah.
everyone's like, oh, who is it? Who is it? Would you tell anybody if you won $1 billion?
Okay, so rumor is in the Chaldean community, it was a Chaldean dude.
Of course.
I'm serious.
No way.
There was names going around.
Do you know him? Would you know the person?
I personally know the guy.
Young guy, old guy?
The older guy.
Older guy?
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
So I'm trying to get confirmation. That's just a rumor at this point. I haven't reached out, but I want to find out. What's crazy is the Kroger actually gets a $50,000 commission for that.
Yeah, anytime you sell a winning lottery ticket, the place that sells it gets money. That's their incentive to keep selling lotto tickets.
That's awesome.
Corey, would you tell anybody if you came up on a cold billion?
Hell no. I mean, I tell my family and my close friends, but outside of that, I'd be ghost.
So you don't have to though?
No, I think in Michigan they announce your name. They just don't show your face.
No, you can choose animosity.
Oh, now?
Animosity.
They changed it.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
They changed it because I thought at one point you couldn't.
No, you could. There was
Wow.
actually one dude that signed his in the Scream mask. He got up there because he
Oh,
didn't want
yeah,
anybody
I
to know
remember
who
that
he was,
news.
so he got up there and he signed it in a Scream mask. So, yeah, I would not be announcing it right now, but as soon as I got that check, we're letting everybody know. What's up, Mark?
man.
What are you doing? What are you buying Flint with that billion?
Yeah, here's my question, and I thought about this over the weekend. If you won, would you keep your job?
This job I would, but if I had a
That's
regular
how I
job,
feel. Yeah.
like if I'm over there working at the Kroger or something, I'm out.
Yeah, I just had no idea that I was Chaldean. It's crazy.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, Michael just commented you can't in Michigan. It's public.
Oh, it is public.
That's what I thought. In Michigan, it's public.
Wow,
That's crazy.
that's horrible. Man, you're gonna get so many people begging for that money.
Oh man.
Changing my number ASAP.
Yeah, go over there, Fish. You got a comment on this, Fish? What would you do?
Breaking
with
news.
Yeah, breaking news, Fish. What would you do with $1 billion?
So the name recognition thing varies by state. Some states let you stay anonymous. Some states say that you have to show your face and your name.
Okay, thank you, Fish.
Which I get both sides of it because like as the Michigan Lottery or whatever the whole lottery company's called, I would want to showcase every single winner to make it seem more real.
Yeah, but this is how these people go broke. You ever seen those lottery horror stories where they win the billions of dollars and next thing you know they're the Tiger King and like
They say that 80% of lottery winners, anything over $1 million, go into bankruptcy within 10 years.
yeah, because they don't know how to handle money. Like they don't, and then they give
You're
it
in a
out.
whole different tax bracket.
It's not even tax bracket, just the amount of leeches that come out of the woodwork. Like we know some people that have money, and the
Yeah.
amount of people that ask them for money is insane.
You know what's crazy is my mom would probably come back in my life.
Aw.
Hey-oh.
I gotta
was
be
so
honest,
sad.
$1 billion's probably not enough. All right, so
Well, that is your Woodward Sports Update. Ended with some local news. Once again, $1 billion lottery winner here in Novi.
if I got $1 billion, I'd try to parlay that and buy the Lions. Like maybe take out a loan on that billion and try to buy the Lions, or at least half the Lions from the Ford.
I mean, you gotta. That's the thing, though. You take the cash buyout, you're probably getting like half of that. So you only got 500 mil.
Jenna's saying she saw someone post on Facebook that it was a group of local teachers.
Okay, so this is
that
rumors
is
going
what I
all
heard
over.
too. That it was
That's what you heard
teachers.
too?
Yeah,
You did?
and-
Chaldean local teachers.
Wow, this is crazy.
And that the school is praying that they stay through the school season
Oh
because
my
of COVID,
God,
and that your teachers win the lottery. Like, just shut the school
See,
down.
low key though, a teacher is the person that would win $1 billion and still keep her job.
Yeah.
A teacher would be that.
Yeah, because they're clearly not in it for the money.
Yeah.
Like clearly
Yeah.
they're not getting paid to begin with.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the teachers that are watching
We
us right
appreciate
now.
you.
Shouldn't be watching. You should be teaching class, but thank you for watching.
Actually, they should be watching. They're just doing virtual school at home.
So you want to get into the big news of the weekend, Joey?
Was there something else that went on this weekend?
What could there be that affected Detroit probably bigger than anything in the past 20 years for our sports teams?
Oh yeah, Matthew. This one honestly hurts.
I could see you on your post, like you did like a breakup post.
It just for this one, and shout out to everybody that commented saying thank you for what? Like,
How do I-
take away, like when you look at Matthew Stafford,
I got Sarah
everything that he
McLachlan.
has done for just Detroit. I mean, on the field, I know we haven't gotten any W's that we really need, like playoff W's, but he's still the leader in so many stats.
Yeah, oh my God. Like, if you really want to look at where he stands, Lions all time, me and Anson kind of went over this yesterday. Like, the next closest quarterback in yardage is frickin' Bobby Lane from 1950. Dude had 15,000 yards. Stafford has 45,000 yards.
And I get he's played the most seasons with 12.
Yeah, that's
And-
fine, but he's still got 282 TDs compared to 118 for the next person. I mean, he is the greatest Lions quarterback of all time. Does that mean you're a great quarterback in the scheme of NFL? That is the debate.
Right.
But there should be no debate about what Matthew Stafford has delivered to Detroit. And unfortunately, it wasn't playoff wins, and it wasn't a Super Bowl, and it wasn't very many winning seasons, but that's on both sides. It's not just purely on Matthew Stafford. We used to have a boss that said, anytime you let someone go, it's a failure on management and a failure on the person that you hired, because management's got to be smarter to foresee these things, help those people out. So I haven't been the biggest Stafford champion ever, you know, because I think the Lions have purely misused this guy his entire career. They wanted him to be Pat Mahomes. They wanted him to be Aaron Rodgers. And not that it's a knock that he isn't those top-tier elite guys, because he's a very, 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 very good quarterback who can lead a team when he has the pieces around him. But when he's the only guy and you put the weight on his back, 12 years have shown he's not the guy.
And it's to piggyback off that 45,000 yards. He's the fastest to 45,000 yards passing, and that's with missing 6 games his first season, 13 his second season, and then he only played 8 games last year. So just imagine where that number would be if he ended up playing those games. It might be near that 50.
Yeah, Anson sent me an awesome stat last night. The only quarterbacks in NFL history with 45,000 plus passing yards and less than 150 interceptions, it's Matthew Stafford and one other quarterback. Do you guys want to guess who that other quarterback is?
Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Wow.
That's it. It's just it's those two, and that's it. Now, you can debate about the playoff wins. You can debate about the team success. We can do that all day, but you know, let's just talk about Matthew Stafford.
But I want to get on this. I'm not the biggest Stafford fan, but I do recognize that in my lifetime, he's the greatest Lions quarterback that I've ever seen. I mean, look at this. Joey Harrington, John Kitna, Dante Culpepper,
he's sexy at one
Very
point.
short-lived.
At one point in time,
Right.
Scott Mitchell.
I mean, he had one glorious year.
And, you know, even though he's an Eagle, I'm not going to go too hard on him, Charlie Batch. I mean,
Don't forget.
Wait a minute. I almost forgot Jeff Garcia years.
Yeah, don't forget Rodney Peete. Don't forget Andre Ware. Don't forget, I mean, like.
It goes on.
It goes on. Don't forget Driscoll. Don't forget.
Dan Orlovsky.
Or I was going to say Orlovsky running out of the end zone. Like, that's what scares the hell out of me, is not so much that we're moving on from Stafford, because I think it was time for both sides. Like, this is just like a marriage that has been teetering out for a long time. It's just like, all right, guys. Let's do something good for both of us at this point. And eesh.
I think that what's interesting also is about what Lions owner Sheila Ford Hamp said in the press conference when they fired Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, and what the reports came out. She said in the press conference that Matthew Stafford's future was going to be the decision of the new head coach. Then the reports came out that at the end of the season, Stafford went up to management and said, I think it's best that we both move on for all parties, and that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell knew that not to expect Stafford in the next season.
Yeah, from my understanding, they weren't even expecting him to be here when they signed. Like,
Yeah.
that whole process was already going on, and we got some people commenting, don't forget about Mike McMahon. Can't forget about Mike McMahon.
Oh, yeah, don't forget him.
The first Taysom Hill.
It's crazy, though, when you hear that, because initially, when you first heard those words from both of them, you kind of took it as, all right, what are they really going to do with Stafford? Because they kind of went around that answer. They went around that question.
And that's why I was saying when Dan Campbell was talking, I'm like, now he's gone. I mean, I know I alarmed everybody when I said,
No, do you feel
Stafford's
vindicated?
gone.
Do you feel vindicated, though? Because you set off a fucking fire alarm
Because
in here.
I really felt it. I'm like, he danced. It's ways to dance around the question. For me, how I read it, how he danced around it, I'm like, oh, he's gone.
He gone.
He gone.
No, that's literally all caps. Corey fires off a text message around the entire building. Stafford is gone. And like that means stop the presses around here. Like, holy hell, Stafford's gone. He's been traded. What do we get back? What's the plan from here? And then it's Corey just like, oh, no, that's just what I implied from what he was saying. We're just like, Jesus, Corey. But now, over the weekend, you got to be sitting back like,
oh, I kicked my feet up. And then, you know,
I told you, dumb mother.
I think Corey had the inside scoop, and then his source was like, hey, wait, hold up. Don't break that news just yet, though.
Right.
Oh,
So
no,
that's what went down.
Honestly, I found my way to kind of say that without really saying it, but that was really just, I heard what he said, and in his tone, it was just like, Stafford's not coming back.
Yeah, Art, can we get the Stafford throw into Calvin up behind us and just making plays so we can just kind of reminisce while we're talking about this young man? I mean,
Like my thing about him is just his heart and passion for the game. Like, there's quarterbacks that play for shitty teams that you see. It's like, all right, this guy doesn't even want to be here.
Right.
There's never been a point that Matthew Stafford did not want to be here, because you saw, even when we were the worst of the worst, goes down, still comes back to finish off the season. Even though that's not going to help our playoff opportunity, he leaves it all on the field.
And, you know, like we talked about it, why would he play in that game?
Yeah.
And so he knew that was going to be his last game playing for the Lions.
Yeah.
And, you know, you look back on that film and him talking to Marvin Jones and them kind of just like out there like balling like, hey, man, let's just get one more time in with the boys. Let's see if we can get a W out of this. And, you know, those two balled out, you know, and there was footage of them being like the old 9-11, you know, and stuff like that. So that's why. I mean, we kind of talked about it on the show. Like, why would he be playing in this game? There's nothing to gain. You're hurt. You know, the season's done. But that's why, because of his honor and who he is, he wanted to get one last game in that Honolulu Blue so he could go out not being injured. What you got, Art?
How upset are you, or how happy are you for Stafford if he goes to his next team and automatically makes it to the playoffs? Like, I think at that point it proves how great Matt Stafford is. When you look at when he was with the Lions, you know, he tried, and it seemed like either the offensive line or defensive line held him back. What are his chances of going to a team and automatically making it to the playoffs based on his greatness?
As long as it's not to the Bears.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll get into the odds of where he's going because the odds have changed since we talked about it a few weeks ago. But for me, I'm looking at this as a Justin Verlander situation. Like, I loved Verlander when he was here. Mm-hmm. He was, you know, to me, he's the greatest pitcher that I've seen since Nolan Ryan. And Nolan Ryan was my hero growing up as a pitcher. And when he went to the Astros and he won, I was happy for him. I don't care about the Astros, but I was happy for him. If Stafford goes to like the Colts, I'd be happy for him. There's certain places I don't want to see him go and win, but if he goes to like the Colts or a team like that I actually kind of endear like if he goes to the Steelers or something, you know, I'd be happy for him. I am happy for him. I want him to find success. It's just it sucks that it couldn't be here.
It does suck. I'm in the middle. I do want him to go somewhere and be successful. I would love to see him win a playoff game and possibly win a Super Bowl, but I'm mixed on him leaving because I felt that if the Lions as an organization are going to honor his request for him to leave, they could have done the same thing with a Barry Sanders or a Calvin Johnson. There were reports that they maybe would have come back and play or would have kept on playing if they were in a winning situation. But I mean, maybe they're righting their wrongs from like not letting those guys go ahead and move on and say, you know what, we're not going to make this. We've already made that mistake twice with two of our great players. Let's go ahead and not make it a third time and let Stafford go out. So that's where I'm kind of in the middle. Like, man, now that Stafford's going to have a chance to go somewhere else and possibly be successful, I wonder what would have happened if those guys had the same chance.
And then you kind of look at the future for the Lions. That's just been the thing that I'm thinking in my head now. It's like, well, where do we really go from here?
Yep.
Because we just got a whole new freaking coaching staff from A to Z. So then you look and it's like, well, shoot, we need a new quarterback, the main leader of this team on top of all of this.
Right. Well, and with the whole new coaching staff and the whole new GM and pretty much, I mean, Sheila Ford Hamp, she's not a new owner, but she's behaving like a new owner, like assembling this Avengers-type squad right now with, you know, bringing in all these, I'm not going to say great, but bringing in all these experienced pieces to put on this puzzle. And I think that's the difference between Stafford and like what Calvin went through and what Barry went through is they're dealing with a completely new set of people. Like, you can tell Dan Campbell wants this to be a culture thing and doesn't want the players to leave and bash the organization. You know, you can tell that Chris Spielman wants it to be a culture thing. Like, this is all about badass football players, respect, dignity, playing hard on the field, and ripping kneecaps.
And then you got to give Sheila Ford the credit for this. She said that she was going to bring in the football minds to make these decisions for her and the organization. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that even though we haven't seen any results, she's the most competent Lions owner we've had so far?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't know this. Let me go hire somebody who does know it. So she gets to Chris Spielman. She gets Brad Holmes, and now Ray Agnew's on the way. She goes and I wanted John Dorsey or Brad Holmes. Now we got both.
That's right.
And John Dorsey, he can't pick a head coach, but as I said, he can pick talent. And you've seen the Packers, you've seen the Chiefs, you've seen the Browns. The man can scout talent and is aggressive. So
yeah, that Dorsey pickup over the weekend, I mean, that's huge. We'll talk about that after the Stafford thing, but yeah, the amount of people that we're assembling right now, and like I was worried that it was all going to be new people and new positions, learning new shit, and that's not been the case at all.
It's been balanced. It's giving some guys a chance to go ahead and start their career in an elevated position, and then also as a buffer, she's brought in experienced GMs. They're bringing in experienced coaches, so it's I don't know. I mean, when we go to break, I might try to go find some Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid somewhere.
There we go. There we go. Darren is saying you can't have all these cooks, but you need the ingredients, which is true. I mean, that is true. We can have all these people that know what they're doing, but until we get the right people in place on the field. And then Charlie says, I'll root for Stafford anywhere he goes. The Staffords were great for the state of Michigan.
But to Charlie's point, yeah, you need the ingredients, but I mean, you got to get the people who know how to shop for the groceries.
Right.
And John Dorsey, Brad Holmes, they know what to look for shopping for the groceries. So now that we have those guys in place, then you can go ahead and start building this roster out and start the new culture. I mean, you don't want to just say we got to get the ingredients and you don't have the right people who know what to look for. Now we got the right people who know what to look for, and that's why they gave Dan Campbell, I believe, that reported 6-year deal, because they were tearing this thing down and bringing it all the way back up.
Then why didn't they use the term rebuild? Why do they keep freaking around
beating
with this?
around the bush?
Yeah.
Like, we know every single team in this city is a rebuild right now.
Like,
we can't hide that.
and they keep saying retool.
Yeah, I don't like anything besides rebuild, because that's what we're in.
Right.
I think because they're just using a different synonym, because
I know,
rebuild is now given such a negative connotation.
Quit
I think.
hiding behind it though. Like you're gonna trade away your franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
You gave a 6-year deal to a rookie head coach. Like you've completely rebuilt this thing. It's a rebuild. It's okay. Like that's not a bad word.
Yeah, I guess they just want to use something different.
The bad word to me is the process. Like I'm glad nobody said that. Like let's trust the process. Like,
yeah, because that didn't work out for the 76ers to this day.
So we talked about the odds of where Matthew Stafford is going to wind up a couple weeks ago, and the top 10 list has changed. The list has changed, Corey.
So
I'm going to read through the top 10, and once we get to the top 5, I'll let you guys kind of guess.
Okay.
But number 10 at plus 5,000, the Chicago Bears.
No.
And that is one place I would cry if he went to. Like, that's where I would not root for Stafford.
that's the
He wouldn't do
That
it.
is the number one. Well, don't say he wouldn't.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
To come back and stomp the Lions on their next 2 times a year, I'm pretty sure he would.
He wouldn't do it.
Do I want to see it? No.
It's so funny because I don't have a personal relationship with the Staffords at all. Joey, you have you know Kelly and you've hung out with Matt not every night, but you have on several occasions. So this is more of a personal thing for you to lose this guy too.
You know what sucks? Is I'm going to walk you down memory lane for me a little bit.
Walk down memory
I leave radio,
lane.
right, and all of a sudden I hop into sports talk style with the Woodward Sports Network. I know all of these players, and then all of a sudden, traded. The last one that I'm holding on to that I have a relationship with, leaving Detroit.
So basically, be friends with Joey as an athlete, and you're getting traded.
Yeah, seriously.
And basically, you no
You know
longer
what?
have any hookups.
I should befriend Blake Griffin. Maybe this will all work out.
To get everybody out of town.
This will work out. Someone got to plug me with Blake Griffin, please.
The Grim Reaper.
No, but personally, for real, how are you feeling about this? We could talk stats, we could talk what he meant to the team, but that's what people I think forget about these athletes is that they are real people. You know, we watch them, we bash them when they don't do well, but these guys don't wake up every day trying to lose. These guys are competitors, and having a personal relationship with them gives you a different perspective than what I have. It's just you 30 comebacks, that's the most since 2009. That's what I know of Stafford. You know him on a different level.
And for me, obviously, a lot of it always stems from community and what they do for the outreach and what they do for the city of Detroit. Because truthfully, if you're a leader on the football field or on the basketball court, you got to be a leader in the community. And that's one thing that I've always respected about them. And maybe it's because I had to find something else that I liked about them because we suck so much on the football field. But it's true. I mean, when you see what they've done and that family has done for the city of Detroit, it's been amazing. And that's going to be something that the city really is going to miss. And I hope we could replace somehow. Because Langston Galloway was another huge one. I would say the Staffords were number 1, and then number 2 was Langston Galloway, and now they're soon both going to be gone.
And don't forget Darius Slay. I mean, when Slay was here, he was constantly going to high school football games with you, high school basketball games with you, giving back to the youth. And it sucks when you lose those guys from the community, too.
For
Not
sure.
only on the field, but off the field, it means a lot.
For sure. But then at the same time, I mean, how many people could you say in our career, as fans, I love how you say career as fans, in our lifetime as Detroit sports fans?
Oh, it's been work being a Detroit fan. It's been a career, man. I have put in 90 hours a week, for my entire. It is work being a Detroit fan.
Oh, this is a tough career.
So much shit for being a Detroit fan, but you know what? I'm here and I'm never leaving.
With no return.
No return.
But for real, it's kind of like the flip side to the whole Patricia situation. When a Patricia leaves the team, all these old players start coming out bashing him. But how many players could say that they left the team that, I mean, if you're a Lions fan and you love Matthew Stafford, that you're going to say, hey, I want to see him do well still.
Right.
That's unheard of. And it just shows the kind of guy that he is.
Yeah, it's class. And even if you were a Stafford hater, you can't deny 12 years of steady quarterback play. And the guy you're drafting next, you hope is Matthew Stafford, right? I mean, that's pretty much what we're doing right now. A mobile Matthew Stafford is what I would take next.
It's weird. Again, I think that it was time for both parties to move on. It's the best move, but it's just, you see a guy for over a decade and you're used to him. Whether it's good or bad, you're used to him and you're comfortable. And now it's we're really going into the unknown. So for everybody who was let's get Matthew Stafford out of town, you got your wish. So now that you got your wish, just be prepared for what's about to come, because it's about, I don't want to say it's going to be dark days. I don't want to say that, but
Jesus, Mr. Doom and Gloom.
It's we're heading to the unknown.
Yeah.
The abyss.
Yeah.
It's where we are with all Detroit sports right now, the unknown.
So let's get back into this odds list. So number 10 was the Chicago Bears. Number 9 is actually a place that I could see him going, and if I was a betting man, I would put a little bit of money on this. New York Jets. They're plus 3,300 on this. I'm not crazy now. Because that's what I thought. I have that as one of my higher places. If they give us Sam Darnold and their first round pick, maybe I'd give them Stafford for sure.
Yeah, because so then what do you do? Because they have the second overall pick, right?
Yep.
So what do you do then? You get that second overall pick.
I mean, the world's your oyster. Whatever the hell you want to do at that point. If you want to go quarterback, you go quarterback. If you want to go offensive line, you go offensive line. If you want to go defensive line, you go defensive line. Like, then we'd have the 2, the 7, Sam Darnold, who hasn't really gotten a great look with the Jets, and we'd be sitting okay.
Only thing is, I think we do not. I think we could get more future first-round picks out of them, but I don't think that we get that number 2 pick without giving them our 7.
Okay. But see, then I'm not trading Stafford for Darnold only to move up 5 picks. I'm not doing that.
Because, I mean, realistically, the only advantage you get right now is going after, like, a Justin Fields, per se, if you move up on the draft board.
Right.
Besides that, I mean...
Zach Wilson, man. He could be the number 2 on the board, too. And leave it to the Lions to get that number 2 pick and pull a Trubisky. You know? Like, we got the number 2 pick. All right, screw Patrick Mahomes. Screw Deshaun Watson. We want Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would. Oh, God. Okay, I don't even want to go down that route. Pittsburgh Steelers coming in at number 8.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Plus 3,000. Well, Big Ben's done. I mean, Mason Rudolph's not your guy. They just signed Dwayne Haskins, which but I mean, you're taking Stafford over Haskins
all day,
100 times out of 100. So that's an interesting landing spot for him.
That's what's crazy is right now there's a lot of these organizations where the quarterbacks are going to be out after this season.
Dude, there is so many. Like, this is 10 teams right here. That's a third of the league that needs quarterbacks, and then
the other third quarterbacks that want out.
Exactly. You got Deshaun Watson that wants out. You got Dak Prescott that may be out. Like, it's crazy like that. And then Dan in the comments was saying that he's heard rumors of Dallas wanting to trade us their first and like an Amari Cooper or Michael Gallup for Stafford. That would be an interesting trade. Then we got the Houston Texans. They're coming in at number, 7?
So this is for
number 6.
Where Stafford is projected
where
to go?
Stafford's going to wind up. That's plus 2,000. The New Orleans Saints, which was higher on the list before, but they've dropped down to 6 at plus 1,500.
Drew Brees.
Yeah. Drew Brees, I mean, he's retiring.
Yeah.
They got Jameis Winston down there. I mean, Drew Brees had that moment with Winston telling him, like, hey, man, it's your team now. They had that moment, but may not be his team now.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get Stafford's going to be 33 in February. Still has about a good 5, 6 left in him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see him going there and immediately keeping that organization afloat and taking them to the next level because you got Kamara there, you got Michael Thomas. I mean, he could go there, and of course, you got the genius that Sean Payton is. Yeah, that could be ugly.
Yeah, that could be a dangerous situation there. Coming in at number 5. I'll let you guys start guessing after this one. We'll guess the top 4. Number 5, the Carolina Panthers. They need help, and they're plus 750.
Yeah, I don't think, like I said, P.J. Walker or Teddy Bridgewater. They're not the answer
unless they play us.
Forward.
Right. Then unless they shut us out constantly.
Right.
Oh my God, that was awful. All right, number 4. Who do you guys got at number 4? Where do you think? This is plus 500 if you're betting.
I'm going to go Broncos.
Close.
I'm going to go Patriots.
Patriots? Is that who you're going, Art?
Yeah, that was my guess.
I'll
Patriots.
put them higher.
And if you are betting, you can go to MyBookie right now and you can bet on these. And MyBookie will match what your deposit right now up to $1,000. So you put in $1,000, you get an extra $500, and you can bet on pretty much all of these to find out where Stafford goes.
I need to download this damn app.
Everybody in the world was talking about gambling this weekend, so make sure you go to MyBookie, enter promo code Woodward, get your free money, and put it on a bet like today. Do that today. Download it today. Go to their website, MyBookie. Yeah, Corey's gonna put money on it right now. But make sure you enter promo code Woodward so you get that extra cash when you put in your first deposit. So yeah, the Washington football team coming in at number 4. And this is what Joik was saying. Like, Joik really...
he wants Washington.
Well, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, their defense is a top 5 defense in the league. That defensive line is just scary. Like, scary.
Yeah, I mean... I can't pronounce his name. Heineke?
Yeah,
I want to call him Heineken, but he's not the guy moving forward. I do believe he's going to go somewhere else and be serviceable. You get Stafford there.
You have Heineke as a backup to Stafford there?
Great backup, for sure.
There you go.
That's a That's a damn good.
You got
landing spot.
Antonio Gibson in the backfield. You got Ron Rivera. You got Scott Turner, who I wanted here as the Lions coach. And now Stafford gets to go play with Scott Turner, who's pretty much, to me, the quarterback whisperer. Like, he does a lot of good things with
That'd
quarterbacks.
be a good connect right there.
Yeah. And then, he's got Terry McLaurin on the outside, that top 5 defense. Like, that is a good spot for Stafford. And I think Kelly would like Washington.
Yeah, she would. But, like, imagine that, having one of the top defenses. Like, that's really what he needs. You go do your thing on offense and then let the defense handle it.
Yep. And then number 3, the Denver Broncos. They're plus 350.
I honestly think this is more realistic than anybody wants to believe, because John Elway has loved Stafford for a long time. So if he can finally get his guy in there, I can see that happening.
Especially with Drew Lock there right now. I mean, what's he really doing?
Nothing.
So it's like, I think it's a good fit, but there's a couple more on the higher end of this list that I think is going to be more likely.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading the comments section right now.
What are they saying?
Everybody's got them going all over the place, but most people are talking about how their top fans badge were taken away. We'll talk to Facebook about that, and shout out to everybody watching us on YouTube right now live.
They getting pissed about that top fan badge.
Thank you for subscribing to us on YouTube. Thank you for retweeting on Twitter, and our YouTube's really growing, man. So if you're watching this right now on Facebook, hop on over to YouTube, give us a subscribe. We really want to grow that YouTube channel too. So thank you guys for all your support. The number 2 team, and this is my romantic spot for Matthew Stafford. Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Colts, man.
So Patriots got to be number 1 then.
No, Patriots aren't even on the list.
The number 1.
Patriots aren't even on this list.
What?
I know. Even though they do need a quarterback. No, I got the Colts, and this is it. Plus 300. So if I'm putting money on my bookie right now, I'm going to bet on the Colts, and then my money pick would be the Jets. Those would be my picks right now.
Let me write that down.
Write that down. The Colts they have a complete team right now.
Yes.
They're just missing an elite quarterback.
That'd be a great fit for him too.
It'd be comfortable.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, Indy, the way they've built their team is strong. They got the best offensive line in the league. They got Jonathan Taylor, who was number 3 in rushing yards this season. They don't really have a great wide receiver. Pittman's coming on. He looks okay. But outside of that, they got a good defense. Like, I think that's a good marriage made in heaven right there for Matthew Stafford. You can tell me to go to hell, Corey. Like, you're very nice sometimes. If you don't like it, just be like, that's stupid.
No, I like it.
Okay, good. All right.
I don't have any type of emotional tie to them. I just don't like the Colts. That's it.
Yeah. Why? Why don't you like the Colts?
I think it's because of a Peyton thing. I think Peyton just really tarnished me from disliking them. I just don't like Peyton.
You're just too good over there.
I like the way that team's been assembled, man. And when you have that offensive line and they showed what they could do, like, everybody's always said the one thing Stafford's been missing, we've never had a running game in Detroit. That's why he can't do this. That's why he can't do that. You put him in Indy. You got Jonathan Taylor. You got Marlon Mack coming back next year off his injury. There's no excuse on the running game anymore. Now it's time. That, to me, would be the put up or shut up time for Stafford to show everybody, like, hey, this is what I needed. Right. You built a team around me, and look what I can do. And if he fails in that situation, it's time for all the Stafford haters to be like, see, told you it didn't matter if we gave him a 1,000-yard rusher.
Oh, you looking at me? For real though, that's when all the haters are gonna come out like, I told you so. Going after all the ownerships, like, we should have got rid of him earlier.
And the number 1 team where Stafford may wind up. Art, you gotta guess.
Art knows this.
I think I know what it is. The San Francisco 49ers.
Oh.
I just know it better not be the damn Cowboys.
Who you guessing,
I
Joey?
said Patriots.
Okay, so wrong. Correct, sir.
Hey. So with the 49ers, I've been hearing a lot, and I hope this doesn't actually happen. Deshaun Watson talk.
The 49ers?
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about Deshaun Watson over there.
I mean, with the 49ers, there's been a lot of talk about QB switch up for the last couple. Ever since Jimmy Garoppolo missed that one pass in the Super Bowl, he has not been the golden boy anymore. But initially this weekend, that's kind of what kicked off the whole Stafford thing. Like, we kicked around a tweet between all of us. You sent it out like, hey, let's keep an eye on this. And then the guy who tweeted it out is known for tweeting out bullshit, so nobody really believed him.
Yeah, it was like, I've read. I'm like, okay, he he's throwing a lot of fluff stuff out there. Then an hour later, boom,
Right.
got it right, MF. I'm like, damn.
But his initial tweet was, San Francisco 49ers have been reaching out to the Lions about trading for Matthew Stafford. And everybody on Twitter, what's your source? Are you your source? This is bullshit. And the guy nailed it. The guy nailed it.
If he gets 2 out of 2 on this one, wow.
Yeah, so the San Francisco 49ers, which would be a great spot for him. And the Kyle Shanahan offense, like, I can't imagine what George Kittle would turn into in that situation. Just, oof. George Kittle, like, that's how, I don't know, man. This is what sucks about Stafford going somewhere else and succeeding. It's going to be like, that's what we should have done. Like, this is exactly what they got George Kittle, we got Hawkinson. Use them the same way. Why didn't we do this?
Bold prediction. If the 49ers get Matthew Stafford, we're going to see a 49ers Chiefs repeat in the Super Bowl. And the 49ers might take that one.
You think Stafford goes to the 49ers or Super Bowl bound?
They can get there. Because
I'm buying a jersey.
they
I'm
can
buying
get
a jersey ASAP, bro.
Really? A Stafford jersey?
Oh yeah, for sure.
that would be a clean jersey too.
Yeah, yeah. The other thing is could you imagine like leaving this snow and going to beautiful San Francisco? Like, sign me up.
I mean, let's not get too hype on San Francisco. Have you seen the homeless population there? They allow people to shoot heroin in the street. You could shit on the streets.
I'm sure the Staffords will be far away
Yeah, I
from
don't
that.
think they're gonna live in that area. They're gonna live at Skid Row.
my friend lives in San Francisco. She says that there are needles everywhere.
Yeah, let's not romanticize San Francisco. It is like they've let California go to shit, man.
There's a spot on the water or something nice that they can find, right?
Right? Yeah, they could live out of town or something. But you know, San
Ooh,
Francisco.
that would be so bad for the NFC.
Oh yeah, and like you just picture Stafford in that San Francisco helmet, that gold helmet with the SF on the side, and it's just like, uh-oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah,
that's dangerous. So those are the top 10 spots that Vegas thinks Matthew Stafford is going to go to. You guys can go put your money right now on my bookie, like we talked about. And
San Francisco ain't beautiful.
no, everybody thinks that, like, we're from Michigan, so when you think of California, you're like mysticized by Hollywood and all that. And then you get out there. I've been out there a couple times, and it's just like, this is like the fakest shit
I'm
I've ever
talking
seen in
warm
my life.
weather. I'm talking warm
That's
weather.
all they got.
Would you rather have this, look outside, or would you rather have sunshine and needles everywhere? I'll take the sunshine with the needles.
This is pretty
Sunshine
good.
and needles. That's California's new slogan.
Right.
Come for the sunshine, stay for the needles.
Now, here's my dream. I know it's pretty far-fetched. The Texans were on that list, right?
Yeah.
What I want is for the Texans to finally just admit that it's over with Deshaun Watson and just honor his request. If I were the Lions, I would at least call the Texans and ask for permission to speak to Deshaun Watson once it's already done that they're going to trade him. Just call and ask for permission to see if that is a place, because with the Texans, even though Matthew Stafford grew up like maybe 4 hours away from where the Texans play at, he still will be back in his home state.
Right.
We could get Deshaun Watson, give him some picks up, talk to him, see if he'll be interested in coming here and being a part of the rebuild, something that he was robbed of the opportunity of with the Texans. So I'd call.
Yeah. No, Dan in the chat saying if Kelly hated our governor, she would go nuts in California.
Oh, man. I feel for you on that, Kelly.
Right, so she needs to be in Texas.
Yes.
She needs to be in Texas. And, you know, I was telling the story on Sunday. You know Billy the Kid, right?
Huh?
He's a DJ friend of ours in Dallas. And
My idol right there.
Yeah, he's the man. We love Billy. He's from Livonia. He's a good guy. He's done really well for himself. And he used to DJ all the parties in Jerry Jones's suite. And this was like 10 years ago when Stafford just became the Lions quarterback, and he was DJing a party, and Stafford was down in Jerry Jones's suite after he was the Lions quarterback, and Billy, of course, starts chopping it up about Detroit. And through the conversation, he said that, you know, Stafford, even though he had love for Detroit, you could tell that his heart was in Texas, you know, and there's no knock on that. You know,
Home's home.
Yeah, if I went to play in Dallas, I'd still be a Detroit boy through and through, no matter what. So I don't really hold that against him, but that would be, I think, ideally where the Staffords want to wind up. What are you smiling
Adam in
about
the chat. Adam in the chat goes, "I have a better chance of starting for the Lions next year than Watson."
Adam probably does.
I mean, the Texans own Watson contract. They don't have to send him where he wants to go.
But come on, why would you why not send him where he wants to go? But what are you gonna do with him?
Get rid of him. I mean,
you
have to
whoever's
get
going
rid
to
of
give you the
him.
most value.
At the end of the day, like with Stafford, I think that they've already honored Stafford's request by saying we're going to move you. They don't have to send Stafford where he wants to go. They just have to send Stafford where he's in the best interest of the team.
Right.
So
For sure.
So you send him for the best deals. Yo, hey, we've already done enough by saying we're going to let you go. We don't have to send you where you want to go. We don't owe you nothing.
You don't care about their future and how well they do.
Yo,
you care about you and only you.
Let's go take a lesser trade because we want to appease Stafford and make him happy. Hell
I want to
no.
see him win. Get the hell out of here.
You just hope it's a nice situation. They don't like banish him off to a horrible
Yeah,
team. But at the same time, now this is about the Lions getting value for their most valuable asset. And if we don't cash in on this, like look what we got for Roy Williams. And Roy Williams, he wasn't trash, but he wasn't good by any means. We got 2 first-round picks from Dallas for him.
Man, that dude was supposed to be the best wide receiver.
First down!
Man.
Remember that? We'd be down by 47 points. Roy Williams would catch a ball in the fourth quarter.
With them clean white gloves.
A 7-yard slant.
Yup.
He'd get up and go, first down! And
He had them clean white gloves
defensive
always.
players would be like, wow, look at the scoreboard, dumbass. I hated that. I hated that more than anything. Like, for real.
I mean, you got to be excited about something if you're not winning.
It's not first downs.
I know.
Like, you don't celebrate first downs in the NFL. Like, I get it, in high school maybe. Or if it's a big first down to seal the game, 4th and 1, you pick up the first down to run out the clock. Not when you're down by 37 against the Bears.
Right.
like you did it, Roy.
Chad Henne makes a big play stepping in for Mahomes. You go crazy.
Anybody remember Roy Williams and his white gloves? Man, that was a rough era.
A few people in the comments saying Deshaun Watson would not come here because he does have a no trade clause. He may not come here, but you know what? Let him tell you no.
Right.
That's the worst he can say is, "Hey, I'm not coming to Detroit." Okay, then the answer that we already thought is going to happen, but let him tell you no, because if you don't ask him, the answer is already no.
Miss
Exactly.
100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep. Closed mouth won't get fed. I mean, we can go on and on
Yep.
with these little sayings all day. So, squeaky wheel gets the grease. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Right, Art? You got one over there? You got one for us, Art?
I'll let you keep going, bro.
Just keep going with the dad talk. So where do you think this is a good move or a bad move for the Lions? And I guess we'll kind of wrap up the talk with that, because that's really what this is all about. Do you think this is a good move, or do you think this is a bad move to get rid of Stafford?
When you look at duos, like we were showing the Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford thing, we haven't had that since Calvin Johnson left and now Matt Stafford's leaving.
You will never have that.
And you'll never have that. Obviously, it's, some of the best pairs in the NFL, or, at the time. I think in order to do a rebuild, you have to completely rebuild, and that means getting rid of your star quarterback that's performed while the rest of the team hasn't. So I think it's a good move.
Okay. Corey, good move, bad move, indifferent?
Great move.
Great move?
I think we've seen enough on the wall, writing on the wall for both sides of it. 12 years, gave it his all, went through several different coaches, several different coordinators, and it just didn't work out. And the thing about it is, you don't want to waste whatever's left of this guy, and you're tearing it down and trying to rebuild it back up. And then when he gets to where he's unable to be, how can I say? Right now, this is the best value you can get for him. So right now is the time to move him and start this rebuild for the future.
Joey, good move, bad move, indifferent. What you got?
Personally, not ready for this move. I knew it was coming. And to Corey's point, I mean, you're going to get the most value of him right now. So it's the good time to do it. And then to Art's point, you kind of look at the whole, we're doing this rebuild. So now it's kind of the time to really just move on. It's scary because there's so much change.
Change is always scary.
It's super scary, but like 1 or 2 moves. This is like freaking 6 moves at one time.
Yeah, it's almost like they're rebuilding.
It's almost like that. Just trust the process. Just trust the
in the
process.
God damn, I hate that quote. Especially after how it failed in Philly in the NBA so
Horrible.
bad. Like
Horrible.
Their whole thing was the process, and it failed. In the comments right now, we got Dan saying great move. Get this regime some draft capital. I like that. Ant saying great move. We have to rebuild unless we want to be a mediocre weird, garbage-ass team for many more years. Jerry's saying good move, complete rebuild. Let him go win while he can. Let's draft Trey Lance. Okay, I don't mind that. We got to get something worthwhile to unload Stafford. Let's see, Deshaun Watson will say yes if he gets to compete for roster moves. And that's true, if he gets complete control of roster moves. So we're getting a mixed bag, and I put up a Twitter poll on at Woodward Sports on Twitter, and it was literally like 53% of people liked the move, 47% of the people didn't like the move.
That's crazy.
I'm okay with the move. I'm not over the moon with it because obviously we haven't gotten our return yet, so we don't know specifically how this is going to work out. But to me, it's a move that we should have made last year. If we would have drafted a quarterback last year, we would have been so perfectly set up for that this year. Move on with Stafford. Now we got, because we probably, what would we have had? Herbert, maybe?
Yeah. That's why I wanted the Lions to fire Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia last year, because that's one of the highest picks you're going to have in a long time, and you're leaving that with you trusted those guys with the picks who were about to get fired anyway.
Right.
So
Adam just stepped in the studio because Art had to go take a poop, I'm assuming. Is that what this is about? Because he drank too much coffee?
Yep.
Adam, you've been in the chat giving your opinion. Why don't you just give a little rundown about what you think? Good move, bad move for the Lions? Should they have done it earlier? What do you think they're going to get? Answer all the questions we've just been talking about for an hour.
Jesus
go.
Christ.
That you've been answering in the chat. Go.
Well, first, it's a great move. It needed to happen. It's taken way too long. We should have been drafting for the future years ago. Ownership fucked us last year by threatening our GM and our head coach. So they went ahead and taken an unproven cornerback at number 3. It's totally fucked us.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm happy.
You're happy?
Happy he's gone.
What do you want to see in return for him?
I'd like a first and second, but I'm not sure we can get that right now. And there's a lot of quarterbacks out in the free agency market, so it's going to be difficult.
It is going to, next year in the NFL is just going to be like a whole new league almost. I mean, like I said, only like 20 quarterbacks are staying home this year, and that's it. And 10 of those may be on the way out too. There's only like 10 secure quarterback positions right now.
This is about to be an interesting offseason.
Yeah. Adam, what do you want in the draft?
I want Micah Parsons at 7.
You want Parsons at 7?
Yep, and I don't want any other fucking player.
That's it?
I don't want Trey Lance. If we draft Trey Lance in the first or second round, I swear to God, I will riot.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere on this too.
Dude, everybody fucking comes out of nowhere. I hate these stupid
Zach
mock drafts.
Wilson.
I've never seen so many idiots that say they know football. They don't know shit. How the fuck is Zach Wilson a top 5 pick?
He's number 2 in my mock.
North Dakota State.
How? I swear to God, Joey, you need to understand what happened.
North Dakota State.
I walk in one day to work. I tell Stick, hey man, check out this BYU quarterback. Right. Honestly, I think a 3rd or 4th round, that could be a project. Maybe similar to Russell Wilson a bit. You never know. That's a good time to take a chance on the quarterback in the 3rd or 4th round. Literally that same fucking week, he's a top 5 projected pick. How?
Yeah, I don't have him top 5 because I want him top 5. I have him top 5 because I think the NFL is going to take him top 5.
But it's just crazy how it gets to this point.
Right.
Like, what the hell has he proven in his career? I mean, besides good numbers against horrible teams.
I mean, look, I will say this. If you are the Lions and you're Brad Holmes and you're that entire organizational structure and you're thinking, this is our guy, you have to take him. I'm a big believer that whether you're right or wrong, if you're an organization and you believe a quarterback is the one, you got to do whatever it takes to get him. The Bears did it with Trubisky. I mean, hindsight 2020, but if you're sold on the quarterback, you have to take him. But please, God, this is not the fucking draft to do it.
People want a table slam, Adam. Can you give him a table
I'm
slam?
not gonna slam the table.
Give him a table slam for old
I'm
time.
so frustrated.
There's a lot of equipment
right
on that table.
Just-
Come over here, hit this table, Adam.
Goddamn equipment's not working. I'm trying to figure this shit out.
You got nothing going on over there. Now tell us your opinions. No,
Dude, all the love right now for Adam on these comments for the big return today.
Yeah, Adam is like the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, I cashed out.
Yeah.
I cashed out over the weekend.
Yeah,
I'm glad everyone got to see that.
We talked about it yesterday on the pregame show. Like, we were going back and forth because we were trying to give away $1,000 like we do for every pregame show.
Yep.
You got to guess who's going to score the first touchdown, final score of the game, and share the post. And me and Adam were going back and forth who's going to score the first touchdown in the Bills-Kansas City game. We both said fucking Dawson Knox. Adam puts $20 on it when he went on my bookie, and guess how much did you make off that $20, Adam?
$460.
Damn! Off of 20?
This dumbass cost me $500 over the weekend,
Welcome,
so I had to
Art.
make it back.
Welcome back,
Art, from the shitter.
Thank you.
How was it?
We weren't talking about you or anything like that.
What just happened? I come back in and I'm getting called the dumbass. It's a typical
Adam
Monday from
comes
Adam.
in, he slams tables, and then it's just, here we go.
Did he already slam the table?
You
He hit
missed it. You
I
missed
noticed
it.
it's a little lower.
No, you just shrunk.
So yeah, that I can't believe Dawson Knox scored that first touchdown.
That's crazy.
Adam and I were going nuts because he thought I jinxed him by calling it out. He's like, "No, nobody was supposed to do that. Now that you said it out loud, it's not going to happen." He starts yelling at me, and I'm like, "Hey, man, just listen."
And then all of a sudden it
Daddy's
goes
got
off.
this. Yeah, Daddy's got this. Art, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back, and don't ever shake your head when I say
Please
Daddy.
don't say daddy. It makes me uncomfortable.
Daddy's saying go to commercials, Art.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Damn.
Mics are hot, Corey.
Mics are literally hot, Corey.
Can we just walk through that moment again? Corey in studio. Damn.
When I say
That
news,
fish.
when I
Is
say-
there breaking news, Corey? Corey. Hell yeah.
So we were going to get into Joey's news, but we got breaking news from Corey right now. What's breaking, baby?
I don't know if there's any. This is professional wrestling, but
No.
listen. No, it's big deal though.
Conor McGregor.
No.
Oh.
WWE just sold their streaming rights to NBC for $1 billion.
Damn.
Wow.
You think it's the guy from Nova that just won the lotto?
I was just gonna say, damn.
Half now, half later.
Yeah, NBC streaming service Peacock will become exclusive home for WWE content in a deal worth over $1 billion.
Dang. So
That is huge. That's big
Do you have
news.
Peacock, Art?
Yeah, I actually do, and the only reason why I have Peacock is because Netflix was dumb as shit and decided to let NBC take back The Office.
The Office.
So, yeah, so
Yeah.
now I literally pay $5 a month for The Office on Peacock.
All right, well, that was breaking news with Corey. Now let's get to your general news with Joey.
That was great. So we obviously just finished talking about Matthew Stafford. We're going to continue talking about him and keeping you up to date throughout this process. But the big talk all about the Chiefs and the Bucks heading to the Bucs Stadium over at Raymond James Stadium on February 7th for the Super Bowl. The first time ever that a team is playing on their home field for the Super Bowl. Cool fun fact about that. This is Brady's 10th Super Bowl appearance, and Mahomes was only 6 years old when Tom Brady won his first ever Super Bowl.
That's crazy.
Like imagine that feeling. Playing against him saying, "Yeah, I watched you when I was 6 years old."
I'm trying to think of like who was big when I was. That'd be like me playing against Joe Montana when I got older.
Literally.
Yeah, it's
But that's
crazy.
got to be the coolest thing in the world, especially after just growing up watching Tom Brady. One other big thing I want to cover is high school sports. We got to give it up for Birmingham Country Day and West Bloomfield both winning the state championship. Those are a few of the local teams. With West Bloomfield, we're talking Michigan-bound running back Donovan Edward, who balled out just unbelievably on Saturday at the state championship on Ford Field.
That kid is just unfair. Like, normally you see a guy with burst forward.
Yeah.
He bursts left and right. He is literally a cheat code.
Dude, like 2 of his touchdowns were like 80 yards.
It was crazy to watch.
Yeah.
He was really one of the strongest high school running backs I've ever seen, and I watch a lot of high school sports.
And I'm excited to see it go off to for Michigan because, I mean, when he was a freshman in 2017, they lost to Clarkston, and he promised all the seniors. He said, I'm going to win one for you guys, I promise. And he sure did in his senior year. The Pistons and the Wings both took a loss this week. Pistons playing the 76ers tonight after losing to them by 4 on Saturday. Game's at 7 o'clock. And that is your Woodward Sports Update.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give a quick little shout out.
Go ahead, man.
To the Yellow Eye Center because I just love the amazing team over there. I'm talking about Rachel, Eli, John, and the man, the one who leads the whole team, Dr. Yeldo, because they just have done such amazing things for thousands and thousands. I'm talking 30,000 people that did the exact same procedure that Stick and I did, and I'm talking about custom LASIK with cats. 2015 vision is now the vision that we both got, so call for your free evaluation. It's a free evaluation. 1-800-398-EYES or go to YelloWeyeCenter.com.
I love that. And hopefully the next quarterback the Lions bring in have supervision as well.
They need that. They need like that Yeldo plug.
Yeah, even if they're not like 2020, we should take them to Yaldo just to get them like 2015 like we have. Just to give them that little advantage, man. Just that little advantage.
We need that.
That's all we need. And that leads me to the next question, guys. So we've been talking about Matthew Stafford and the future of the Lions for almost an hour now, which we could literally go on for 4 hours about this. But I want to know, we've talked about the past. We talked about the present. Let's talk about who's next. Ideally, who do you want being the quarterback of the Detroit Lions next year? Are you looking for us to trade for a quarterback? Are you looking for us to draft a quarterback? Do you want to try to salvage, maybe somebody that's on the market right now that nobody is really thinking of? Like, there's so many options right now. I'm talking from Wentz, there's just tons of options out there. Dak Prescott. Who do you ideally, if you could have your wish today, who is the quarterback of the Detroit Lions next year?
2 things. If we can get them through a trade, to Joey's point, I would like to salvage maybe a Dak Prescott and, or a Deshaun Watson, which is the pipe dream. But honestly, the Lions are not going to be a good team next year, so I would like to see us draft for the quarterback. And on top of that, he's going to be a free agent this year. Sign him for a 1-year deal since we're going to be bad anyway. Go get Cam.
You want Cam?
Just get Cam for a season. Now,
That'd be fun.
I'm not saying he's going to come in here and light it up, but I am also not so sure about if we draft a rookie, throwing him out in the fire just yet.
Yeah. I just don't want geriatric Cam out there with our line. Oh, dude, that's just we're gonna murder that poor dude.
Dude's gonna
die.
He
Can't get any more.
What do you have against Cam Newton? Why
do you
want
him to die?
Can't get any more murder than he was getting with New England because he was getting tagged out there.
Right. So that's who you ideally want to see. Let's draft a young quarterback and then have Cam Newton next year.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else in the free agency that I would like. I mean, if they could go get Wentz, Wentz gets his fresh start here. Cool. I wouldn't hate it. Wouldn't love it, but I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have a redheaded quarterback. It'd be interesting. The red rifle. Joey, who is your ideal candidate for the Detroit Lions quarterback next year?
I mean, it's no surprise if we're talking the draft, I want Justin Fields still.
Okay.
Even after that performance that he had in the national championship. But besides him, I mean, you saying Cam Newton for a year, that's kind of interesting. But the Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, I truthfully don't think it's going to happen. But if it were to happen,
right,
it's franchise quarterbacks we're talking.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck in the middle. Like, I like the idea of bringing in a seasoned vet and letting the young guy learn, but also, like, why not just throw him out there, man? Get him the experience. That's what we did with Stafford, essentially, and it ended up all right with him. Obviously, there's plenty of cases where it doesn't turn out like the Jets with Sam Darnold. You know, they just threw him in there when the team wasn't ready, and then you could look at Joe Burrow this year. Like, they knew they didn't have the offensive line to protect the franchise quarterback, and dude got his legs snapped because of it. Like, so... I don't know. I like the idea of Dak Prescott. I know Adam is going to comment in the chat right now, freaking the hell out about that. But I like Dak Prescott as a game manager. And now that he broke his ankle, like, you can kind of get him at a bargain. You know, like, we don't have to pay that $40 million that he wanted. If we could get away with paying him like 20, 22, I'd take Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I'd take it. You know, what's the worst can happen?
Snap his other ankle, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're talking about
Adam in the
quarterbacks dying.
comments just said, fuck Dak Prescott.
Oh, really? It's so predictable, man. Like,
my thing is I go with Joey's suggestion too. Like Justin Fields, you get a new quarterback in there that can grow with this change, with this rebuild.
No, but wait, Ohio State quarterbacks don't do well in the NFL, are they?
The other thing is this: like you look at what Mahomes has done, coming, you know, and building with his team as they go. I think we could do something similar with Justin Fields, where you get somebody right out of college, you get him to start with the rebuild. If we're gonna redo everything and wipe this slate clean and start fresh, why not do it with Justin Fields?
Yeah, and I honestly, I don't mind the Carson Wentz thing either. I think, you know, obviously they're going to move on with Jalen Hurts there, or at least they should move on. That's the Eagles are so dumb.
You never know
they
what the Eagles are
committed
going to do.
one way or another, but, you know, Jalen Hurts came in and he did well. It's not like he lit the world on fire, but he did just as well as Wentz.
So, Kelly Stafford just wrote a thank you letter to Detroit on Instagram.
Oh, can we let Joey read it?
Yeah.
Like, because since they're friends.
Oh, man. Why you guys got to do this to me? It's probably going to be such an emotional one. All right. So here it is. Is it on? Oh, there it is. The picture. Thank you. This place, our home, the people. It's hard to find the words to explain what this place means to me. Random tears come up very often when I think about not being here. This place supported me during the toughest time of my life and during the happiest times, and I want to thank y'all in the right way. She always does say y'all.
Y'all.
Whenever I figure out what the future holds, you'll be hearing from me again with a thank you that hopefully shows how much gratitude and love I have for this place. But until then, we are going to enjoy our time left in Michigan to the fullest because there really is no other place like it. Hashtag Detroit versus everybody and hashtag Stafford strong.
So that was from Kelly Stafford. She just posted that on her Instagram, right?
5 minutes ago.
So, I mean, over the weekend, there was talks that, hey, if the Lions don't get the value that they want for Stafford, they may not trade him. But, I mean, that's pretty clear that they're going to trade him no matter what the value is, right? I mean, that's what I'm taking away from that. Like, they're gone. That's
what it sounds like. You don't write that unless it's already been determined, like, hey, you're out of here no matter what.
Right. Are you texting her right now, Joey?
No.
What are you doing?
No.
Joey, are you sad? Like, for real sad?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, though. There's two sides because I do know it's time. I'm gonna be real. I know it's time to move on.
Right.
Knew this day was going to come. Did I want it to come? Was I ready for it to come? No.
Right.
But we got to move on, and you got to kind of have to put the emotions to the side because there's way more to it, and the football is what we need for the future for the Lions.
Right.
I'm not crying. You're crying. This sucks, man. This sucks.
This is the picture that she posted, too. Good job getting that up so quick.
Sarah McLachlan in the background. I will remember you.
I mean, it's one thing to, like, play football and be really good at it, but, like, as a family, I mean, what she did and what the Staffords did for Stafford Studio alone.
Right.
Like, and that's one example. I mean, I followed her recently since, working here. She's always supporting local businesses. She's always going out of her way to help others in the area. Like, you hope that the next quarterback that comes through is a family man like Stafford because, just that energy, like you had mentioned, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. But now we got to find out who the next quarterback's going to be, and hopefully their wife is cool, too.
Yep.
That's what you got to hope for.
Dude, that's actually a good point. Whoever that future wife is of the quarterback has big shoes to fill. Like, they have to try and be a Kelly.
Somebody had commented, Adam said, actually, Joey, tell Kelly we'll pay her $10 million a month to play quarterback for us. She'll make history.
She will make history.
Oh, dude, she'd be the greatest quarterback.
So thank you to Kelly Stafford for what you did with Stuff a Studio and this whole Stafford family. The solution is yet to be seen. We're going to find out where the Lions go with this. But it's similar to what position every other Detroit sports team is in right now. Just almost a complete tear down and rebuild where we're all focusing on hope for the future. You know, no team is great right now. No team is really even good right now. We just have a lot of young, good prospects moving forward. It's an exciting time to be a Detroit sports fan, really, because we're all here, like on the ground level together.
That's what I love about us starting our network at this time, too, because what better time to start a sports network than when your teams all suck?
Yeah, because when the teams are good, that's when it's easy.
Yep.
It's tough when they all suck.
Yep. It's like, and Corey, we got to give it up for Corey because he's always here bringing in all this breaking news that is just tearing up our hearts.
Thanks,
Hey,
Corey.
you know, I'm sorry. I guess I'm the bearer of bad news.
You are. That's all right. Let's get into the AFC Championship game. Why you saying ugh?
Because that got ugly quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you have Pat Mahomes, you have Tyreek Hill, you have Travis Kelce. Like, at one point, they have 20 catches, 261 yards, and 2 TDs between those two. Just those two. Nobody else on the team. Just filthy.
Like, I'm curious to see, because every time we talk about our Pistons, it's always a contain, bam. What the hell do you do if you're the Bucks? Like, who do you contain?
I don't know, man. This is going to be a true test for the Bucks defense in the Super Bowl. But if you were watching yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Buffalo Bills 38-24. The Bills had a 9-0 lead in this game too, and then just got absolutely smoked from there on out. It was kind of like what Kansas City did a couple years ago in the playoffs. They'd fall behind and just roll back and smoke everybody.
I honestly thought that game was going to be closer. Like I said, I had the Bills winning, and I said it feels going to be close. Then in the end, the Bills might be able to pull it out. But I said if the Chiefs started out smoking, it was going to be a long night.
Yeah, but it was a long night either way. Either way, man, they came to play. Patrick Mahomes, everybody was worried not only about his concussion coming in, but that turf toe was a major issue, and you saw him laboring a little bit. Like, he wasn't running full speed out there. You could tell he was a little bit hurt, but obviously it really didn't affect his performance at all. He had 225 yards, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions, but he only had 5 yards rushing, so that's kind of where it affected him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just looking like Mahomes had a 127.6 quarterback rating.
Wow.
That's perfect.
That concussion ain't do jack.
Right.
My new favorite thing is seeing all like the whole kind of sports science to Cheetah with Tyreek Hill.
Oh my God.
And they said that one play that he went literally across the field side to side, juking him and deking him, 20.75 miles per hour was his speed on that play.
That's crazy.
Dude, think about like a treadmill. That's what I compare it to. Like, I'm dying when I hit like 8 or 9 miles per hour on that treadmill. The highest it goes is, I think, 12. Dude is at 20. Like, what does his treadmill look like, for real?
It's just burnt out. He actually just has a hamster wheel. He gets
Truthfully,
in, it just
probably
runs as fast as he can.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, whenever they show those sports science thing, I think like the fastest I saw this year was Jonathan Taylor reached 21 point something miles an hour on a breakaway run. Like, he could almost get a ticket in a residential area.
Like, really? For real, like a neighborhood
speed.
with a 15-mile-per-hour sign.
Yeah. So if you watched that game last night, you definitely saw that the Bills still have a lot to overcome. They are a good team, but they just got completely outclassed. I think a lot of people underestimated the Chiefs going into this game, including Vegas, who only had them as a 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah, and the thing is, they'll be back. Did you guys see at the end of the game when Stephon Diggs didn't leave the field?
Yes.
He stayed on the field and watched the whole Chiefs ceremony. I think that was first off, I like that because that was eating him up inside, and that's probably going to fuel him and Josh Allen's fire for them to come back even harder next year. Whether they win it or not remains to be seen, but just doing that kind of tells me that you're a competitor and that you're motivated.
He literally was sitting there watching the ceremony.
Yeah, that's kind of
like, that's crazy. Because I mean, obviously that you would hope that that's you, but at the same time, the dude did not play well at all. And yes, he had some catches later on to pat the stats a little bit, but I mean, throughout the game, it's pretty quiet. They locked him up.
He was locked up.
Yeah.
Well, and that's really the one weapon you had to take away from them. That's why, honestly, I thought Knox was going to have a big game. because where else do you go? I mean, Cole Beasley was rumored to be out. He ended up playing. But Knox, to me, that's why the tight end got so many looks. They're going to double cover Stephon Diggs, which they did. They shut him down until pretty much the fourth quarter when he got some cheap yards, but they still count in the record books. And then Knox was wide open on a bunch of plays.
You know what? Marvin Jones is possibly leaving the Lions. What if he went to the Bills?
Oh, that would be scary.
They do need that one more answer.
They need one more.
Yep.
They do.
They need that trio of wide receivers.
Because you can't look at this game yesterday. You can't really. I mean, they started out 9-0, beating them by 9. So it's like you look at the matchups though. When you see a Travis Kelce and then you see Cheetah, like there's so many weapons that they got. Whereas with them just having Diggs. Then what? You're just relying on the tight end after that?
Yeah, it's easier to shut them down. And that was their weakness going into this game. Plus the championship swag that the Kansas City Chiefs have already earned. Like they know how to win the big games. The
Even
pressure,
down 9.
Yeah, the pressure in the moment. But I don't know if I could pull the Stephon Diggs and just sit there and watch somebody else with my girl.
No.
Like, I do not know if I could pull that.
He literally was sitting in the back just watching it. And I'm like, man, I feel for you, but it's part of the game.
What you got to say, Fish? You got a fact on this? What's going on, buddy? Fish raised his hand, so we got to go immediately to Fish.
Yeah, I raised my hand. Thanks, Joy. So it's actually common in Europe and Australia when there's a trophy presentation, the whole team and coaches stand out and watch losing team.
Really?
The dumbest thing in the world.
Like if you go to the locker room, you're like disrespectful because you didn't stay and watch the other team lift the trophy.
Yeah, I'm a disrespectful son of a bitch then, because I ain't sitting there watching somebody else hold that trophy that I just wanted. And then, like, to top it off, while they were doing the trophy ceremony, there was a dude in the end zone making snow angels out of confetti. Like, I could not watch that, man. Like, I know it may like give you more oomph next year as a competitor, but it would just rip my heart out this year if I was a competitor.
I'm mixed. If we got our asses handed to us the whole game, I'd go out there and watch it like the Bills. You know, they got, even though the score doesn't show how the discrepancy of that game, but if it was like close, we lost on like a game-winning touchdown or field goal. Oh, I'm nowhere near the field.
Right. Bro, just watch it on YouTube. Like, why do you have to stand there? You're making a spectacle out of yourself at that point. Like, I feel like I get why you're doing it from a man, they really beat us and I'm going to become better next year. But at the same time, I feel like there's a little bit of entertainment value to where you want people seeing you watching it. Like,
yeah, Stephon Diggs fake as hell with that.
Watch it on YouTube, bro. Go home. You lost. Like,
yeah, I couldn't stand there and watch it. But good for Stephon Diggs.
Man, I play pickup ball and I lose and I'm not shaking your hand. I'm out.
I lose on 2K and I'm walking up the house.
I'm just turning off the game midway through the fourth quarter if I'm getting blown out. Like, I ain't even going to give you the satisfaction of beating my ass.
You're the worst. I hate playing video games with someone like you.
Oh, dude, I don't do that. No, but when you play online, I hate when kids turn off the game when you're whooping their ass and mad.
You still get the points though.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Right.
Like you want that clock to read double zeros and their ass whooping still be up on the board.
Yep.
So I can talk shit to that 8-year-old in Colorado.
For sure.
Like that's all I want out of my Madden experience.
That's funny. It's true though.
It is true, man. So where does this leave the Chiefs? I mean, going forward, how confident are you in the Chiefs being healthy and being ready to go against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Tampa.
I think the Chiefs, there is no reason that they should lose this game. They have all the weapons. The Buccaneers do have a great defense, but it's right. Patrick Mahomes is on another planet when it comes to quarterback play and just getting an offense flowing. At the same time, though, as great as the Chiefs are, as great as Patrick Mahomes is with Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, I'm not betting against Tom Brady.
You're not betting.
Wow.
You can't bet
Never.
against Tom Brady.
Wow, you had me thinking you were going Chiefs.
Even if it's the smartest bet, I can go to sleep knowing that I lost money betting on Tom Brady.
You can't lose money saying, did my dumbass really just bet against Tom Brady?
Right.
Like you can't.
I'm not betting against. He's done it too many times. Yup. Where everybody says that he's fallen off a cliff. It's time. He's watched. The dude is 7 years away from 50 years old, and it's in his 10th Super Bowl.
You want to hear an amazing stat? So, what would you rather bet on? Tom Brady reaching the Super Bowl or Steph Curry hitting a three-pointer?
Hitting any three-pointer?
A three-pointer in any game.
Come on.
I'd rather bet on. I don't know, man.
Okay,
You don't bet against Brady.
wait. I see where you're going with this. Wow. You got to say the Curry.
I'm gonna go Brady because if you go like in his career, half of the time he's been in the Super Bowl.
So that would mean Steph Curry would have to make half of his three-pointers.
And I don't think he's at half of them.
that.
He's not.
Steph Curry, for his
40%.
career, 43.3% beyond the arc. Tom Brady, for his career, 47.3% in the Super Bowl. So you have better odds of Tom Brady reaching the Super Bowl than Steph Curry hitting a three-point shot.
You know what graphic made me realize that Brady is the GOAT? They were talking about Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and there was another quarterback for Green Bay that had 32 playoff games and I think 4 Super Bowl wins.
Okay.
And then they showed just Brady, and it was 32 playoff wins, 6. It was just, I think it was 6 rings at the time or something. It was insane.
Yeah, he's got more than half the league.
Yeah.
Or more than actually 90% of the league.
It's nuts.
My favorite stat of the night.
I know what you're gonna say.
No, not which one? Not about Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Not the 0 for 38 one.
Yeah.
But my favorite one is Tom Brady has as many NFC championships as Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees.
That is crazy.
So crazy.
And honestly, we're going to get into, I guess we could just transition into the Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers matchup since we're talking about him. Where does this leave Aaron Rodgers as far as legacy? Because as talented as this guy is, he's MVP type season. Everybody's always said he's one of the all-time greats. But then you think about it, and he's only gotten 1 Super Bowl. If he gets the 2nd Super Bowl this year, if he would have gotten it, it puts him in a different stratosphere.
Yeah.
Now the questions are, could this guy get it done?
It's kind of Aaron Rodgers has his history is weird because he's one of the greatest throwers of the football I've ever seen. Throughout the regular season, you know what? Aaron Rodgers is the James Harden of the NFL. He just has a ring because he's regular season great, and then in the postseason, I don't want to say he chokes, but it's like his team chokes. It's like every year it's something.
Right.
And I don't know what it is. Like the fact that he's going to have all of these records and only going to have 1 ring is kind of like, well, as of right now, he only has 1 ring. It's mind-boggling.
And it's crazy, too, because when you look at Aaron Rodgers, I mean, what the dude's accomplished throughout his career, obviously going to be on one of the charts of the greatest quarterbacks, right? But then you look at the other stats in this game. When you see Tom Brady throwing 3 interceptions in a game, you're going to think that the other team won.
Right.
It's Tom Brady. That doesn't happen.
Not only 3 interceptions in a row.
Like in the
For real.
All in the second half.
And you only get 6 points out of that. You only get 6 points out of
gotta
3 picks.
capitalize.
Here's my question: when they could have gone for the touchdown and the extra points.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
listen,
Oh,
I'm not the
geez.
biggest football fan, but we were talking in the morning Woodward text group. You know, I'm learning as I go, and even I know, like, you have an opportunity to get more points than what you would in a field goal. Why the fuck wouldn't you go for it? It makes no sense.
So LaFleur explained his logic behind that, and he was saying that with the 2-minute warning, he essentially had 5 timeouts. And so he was assuming that his defense could go out there, get the ball back, and then you're going for the touchdown for the win. It's no longer you're trying to get the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to tie.
But it's against Brady.
It's Tom Brady.
Exactly.
I am not putting the ball back in Tom Brady's hand in the last minute. No. You don't score. You don't. If you miss the field, I'm tongue tied. It's so mind-boggling. Okay, look. If you go for it and you don't get it. Okay, boom. They're pinned right there. You still need a touchdown regardless.
Right.
You don't give effing Tom Brady the ball back with 2 and some odd minutes. No, he's gonna. It's Tom Brady. I don't need to go and read stats or anything like that. It's just you've seen what this guy does with the ball in the clutch.
Yep. Listen. hindsight's 2020. It didn't work out. Had this worked out, he looks like a genius, obviously.
It goes both ways, and the fans are going to call them out for the worst play call in the world.
But it could be the worst play call in the world.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. You have Aaron Rodgers, who is your best weapon, your best chance to get that touchdown. Like, out of anybody on your team that you want to put the ball in their hands to win the game, it's got to be Aaron Rodgers. Even though on the previous 3 plays, he didn't get it done, and I honestly thought he could have ran it on that third down.
That's what confused me. He's right there.
Right there.
And even if he doesn't get in, he's like on the nose of the goal line at worst.
Dude, it seemed like he was scared to run the ball in that game.
Yeah, well, the best part is Packers Twitter was just roasting the Packers for drafting Jordan Love last night.
Yep.
And actually, that's a question I put in our chat. What was more disrespectful to Aaron Rodgers? Not going for it on 4th down or drafting Jordan Love? Because Packers fans were going nuts about wasting that first-round pick on Jordan Love because they could have gotten T. Higgins. They could have gotten a weapon. They could have done something to improve the team. But their top 3 picks yesterday had 0 input on the game. And that is killer for a team that was close last year to have an opportunity to add talent in the draft and just piss it away out of Jordan Love because they're in a different situation than the Lions. Like, we knew we weren't going anywhere. It's okay for us to draft a quarterback, sit him behind Stafford. When you got the MVP and you draft his backup, my God, and he wasn't even active. Your first-round pick wasn't even active for this game, and you lose.
Well, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, Aaron Rodgers is 37. So at some point, you got to be able to go ahead and prepare for the future.
But with that age, don't you try to give him all the weapons possible to get it done while you have him, too?
Both ways, though. To Corey's point, you need a quarterback ready to mold him.
Yeah, true. But it's like with it's kind of like what Adam said earlier. If you know you got your guy, just go ahead and grab him. I mean, you want to give Aaron Rodgers more pieces, but at the same time, you got to go ahead and be prepared for the future, which is why I think in that moment, not letting him go for it on 4th down is totally more disrespectful.
Yeah. Joey, what do you think is more disrespectful, the draft or not letting go for it on 4th down?
Dude, those are 2 quarterbacks that you got to trust in no matter what. If flip the roles reversed on that one, there ain't no chance Tom Brady ain't going for that ball.
Like running it in?
Or just going for it.
Just going for it on 4th down?
Yeah, there's no way they would do that.
It would have been some furniture moving on the sideline if they would have kicked the field goal and that was a Tom Brady team. But thing is, it's like we see this happen with the Packers and Aaron Rodgers every single year since the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost like clockwork. I don't get why he can't get it done.
I mean, part of it is I would say on the ownership too. Like, I mean, they didn't give him the weapons that he needed this year to get over the hump. They knew they were close last year, and they didn't get him what he needed. And now you got a disgruntled Aaron Rodgers. You didn't give me the ball on 4th down. You drafted this dumbass that just sat on the bench and watched us lose. Like, what? You could see him speaking. Like, as much as Aaron Rodgers has quote-unquote fun while he's playing, he's out there smiling, he shows his emotion the other way just as easily, too. You can tell when he's frustrated. You can tell when he's upset with the organization, and he just looks like he's lost right now. He doesn't know what the hell is going on.
That's still not an excuse, though. It's not an excuse.
He's had. I don't want to dump on the guy, but I'm just going to say this. They had 3. We brought it up again. They had 3 picks yesterday. Brady had 3 picks. The fact they only got 6 points out of that's on him. I'm sorry. I got to put that on him.
Art, how you going to throw that up? How you going to throw that up, Art?
It's true.
Like, it's
when night.
At some point, you can't keep calling Aaron Rodgers the best, and he only has 1 Super Bowl to show for it. I mean, right. he's regular season good. He's in postseason he's missed.
So what do they do with Aaron Rodgers now? Do you get rid of him and bring in the Jordan Love era, and they're kind of in the same situation as the Lions are? Like, hey, we got to move on from our veteran quarterback?
Again, it's kind of like the Stafford situation. Right now, with the season that Rodgers just had, his trade value is high for an organization that is looking for somebody to get them over the hump. That is like right there. So I don't see a scenario where Green Bay would send him to like a 49ers. But
what about the Jets?
I think he would rather stay as a Green Bay and lose than go to the Jets. But
I mean,
you never know. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Right. Would you trade Aaron Rodgers if you could right now?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? You'd hang on to him for another year?
Yeah. I mean, they can't trade. It's Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he hasn't gotten you the W's that you want. He gets you to a certain point and then just can't get you past that.
Right.
But, I mean,
They kicked Brett Favre out the back door. Why not
that's
Aaron
true.
Rodgers?
That's true.
They both only got one ring. They both pretty much are the same.
And
essentially,
where'd they send Favre? To the Jets.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Wow.
Let's just
What a coincidence.
Let's just keep repeating history. Yeah, I don't know where you go near the Packers right now. Like, them not getting to the Super Bowl really puts them in a weird position, especially with the season that Aaron Rodgers had. I mean, coming off 48 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Like, he's got some left in the tank, but obviously he's not the guy to get you there. It's very similar to what we're going through with Stafford, except he got that ring.
Yeah, I mean, all the stats look nice, but I mean, he caught lightning in a bottle and got that one ring. But outside of that, he just puts up the numbers. I haven't seen anything where I'm comfortable with Aaron Rodgers in that situation to lead us back. Like yesterday's game, Tom Brady proved it. Regardless of he throwing 3 picks or not, you feel comfortable with Tom Brady in those moments. With Aaron Rodgers, it's like, maybe
he could get it done.
Because, I mean, Brady hasn't always had the best weapons, and he's gotten it done. And I don't think that's an excuse for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's an interesting predicament that they're in. But let's talk about the other side of the ball and Tom Brady. I mean, can we talk about the GOAT being the GOAT? And we kind of talked about it earlier, like what's better than GOAT? And that's Tom Brady.
We need a term. We really, I mean, honestly.
He's in his 10th Super Bowl. 10.
Yeah.
10. Count them. 10 Super Bowls. That is insane. Like, us as Lions fans, we're scratching and clawing to make our first.
10 Super Bowls, but even before that, before you get to Super Bowl, 14 conference championship games. So that means if you play with Tom Brady, basically at least every other year or 2 years in a row, you're going to be in the conference championship. That is insane consistency.
Yeah.
It's crazy because you look at Tom Brady and what he's done to this team because, he goes to the Bucs, haven't made the postseason, not even just get into the ship and all that. He hasn't made the playoffs since 2007.
Right.
So for not only him to go to another team and do that, but then to take them to the Super Bowl, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, and I know, Corey, you've been saying that if he wins this Super Bowl, it's time for the mic drop, walk off, ride off into the sunset, have a great life with your supermodel wife and your kids, right?
I feel that, first off, anybody still debating whether Tom Brady is the GOAT or not is an idiot. It's I don't care. You're a flat out idiot because he's.
Are you calling one of your mentors an idiot, Corey?
Yes.
We had Rob Parker last week, and he called him the luckiest of all time.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And when it comes to Brady, I cannot agree with anybody saying that Tom Brady is not the GOAT. He's proven too much that when the game is on the line, when you need him the most, he gets it done. And or even if he doesn't get it done for you, the team around whatever team he's on, they believe they can get it done because they have Tom Brady. So just having that guy in the locker room, everybody elevates their game. That is when you are the freaking GOAT. Now, if he does this, it's nail in the coffin in the dirt because to go on the road and beat everybody and then get to your only home game of the postseason is the Super Bowl.
First time ever.
And if you win it, you would go through Breeze, Rodgers, and Mahomes in a row.
Good Lord.
What more do you have to do?
What more do you have to say?
No, but he's lucky, though.
No, but all right, but for real, though, to that point, right?
That field
Rob
goal was
Parker,
fun.
listen, that field goal was like, but when Rob Parker puts out this article about him being the luckiest of all time, I mean, he's I don't agree with it, but Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions and still won the game.
Because he's good.
And that's also,
but
that also is an indictment again on Aaron Rodgers to not be able to, his offense and not be able to capitalize it. 3 picks and you get 6 points.
That's like, here you go, take this win.
Right.
Especially that team. Like, they're the kind of team that takes those turnovers, runs them, punches them down for 21 points. But
here's
they
the
didn't.
deal. Here's the deal. He throws those 3 picks, and what did you say not to do at the end of the game? give the ball back to Tom
not
Brady.
give it
So
back to
even
him.
though he just comes off throwing 3 picks in the second half, you still have the trust in him to know he gets the ball with 2 minutes left. He's not going to make those dumbass mistakes. He's going to get us this first down. So it's funny because Tom Brady is such the exception to almost every rule ever.
Yes.
Like 6th-round draft pick, being the greatest of all time, exception to the rule.
Yep.
You know, skinny dude that can't run, hardly throw, exception to the rule.
3 picks in a game, you still trust him.
Right, exception to the rule. Like, what you got?
I wanted to show this classic picture of Brady. This man right here is making his 10th Super Bowl appearance.
Is this his combine picture? Yeah. That is Tom Brady entering the NFL Combine.
It's
how I look.
It's just nuts when you think about it. Like, that dude right there, normal looking dude.
Yep.
Like, going to the Super Bowl.
Could
for
hardly
the 10th
beat
time.
out Drew Henson for the starting spot at Michigan. Like, almost Mr. Irrelevant in the draft. Wouldn't have gotten a starting job with the Patriots had Drew Bledsoe not gotten hurt. Like, all of it's stemmed from that. This just shows work. Work.
The picture makes me uncomfortable, bro. I gotta switch it. It's making me uncomfortable.
Can I read some of these stats off, some of these accomplishments off for pick 199 of the draft?
You can. I love how much Corey loves Tom Brady.
Especially though, what I love too is that his mentor, the guy that got him in the industry, talks so much shit about Tom Brady and he still holds
Corey's
his ground.
his own man.
Oh, I love it.
6 Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 league MVPs, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Comeback Player of the Year, 3-time All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler, led the league in passing yards 4 times. Touchdowns 4 times, passing yards leader 3 times, and had the best pass rating in the league twice, and is on the All-Decade team.
Could he possibly be the greatest sports athlete of all time?
That's what we kind of discussed last week.
Of all sports.
Is he the GOAT of all the GOATs? Like, you set Michael Jordan, you set Wayne Gretzky, you set Tom Brady all in a room.
He's the GOAT right now of the NFL. If he gets this 7th ring, then he has to be in that conversation of the GOATs like the Jordans, the Alis, like the greatest.
I think he's already
ever.
there without this. I mean, you're playing the Super Bowl at your home, your home stadium, which is great, but he's already done everything, man.
Right.
He's already there, but this is more so like for that extra argument is like anybody else who tries to disagree with it, he's already there. But now it's like
those dumbasses that you just can't convince.
It's just like okay, now he's done it in a different conference in his first season with a new team,
and all away games,
right?
Like, all away games.
But it doesn't matter.
That doesn't really matter though. Come on, I get it. Sounds like it.
It matters.
But come on, they're there
because you never had to go on the road to get to the Super Bowl.
True, but it's Tom Brady.
Cool.
That's another one. Rules don't apply. It's freaking Tom Brady.
No, but here's the shitty part about this. Like, even though you are a Tom Brady and even though you have all these accomplishments and done all these things, if he loses the Super Bowl and gets blown out, it's all for nothing. People are still going to trash him. Like, oh, then his winning percentage in the Super Bowl, he's now 6-4 in the Super Bowl.
60%.
That's not really great, like.
But I feel that's what makes this game so interesting. It's the student versus the teacher. I mean, when you think of Mahomes, you can't say that he didn't learn part of the way that he throws. I mean, like you had mentioned, 6 years old, he's watching Tom. Now he's facing him. Like, this is the greatest Super Bowl matchup that you could think of.
I'm not sad about it at all.
Oh, it's like the changing of the guard, the older face of the league versus the future. I wouldn't say future face of the league. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be he's not the face of the league right now, but he's going to be moving forward.
Oh, yeah. No, Patrick Mahomes is the face of the league. How many
for sure.
fucking Allstate commercials do I got to see on the weekend?
Right. Who are you going to say?
Jesus.
Baker Mayfield?
I guess I'm saying is like
the Scoop There It Is commercial with Tag Team. Like
for
French
real.
vanilla, Rocky Road, chocolate, peanut butter cookie dough. Like, I already got it in my head. Like, they've ingrained that shit into my head because I've been watching football so much.
I guess what I mean
Scoop,
is like
there it is. Scoop, there it is.
I guess what I mean is like Tom Brady is still that guy, but then it's like when Tom Brady's gone, it's like, okay, the league is officially all yours now.
Yeah, no, it's not. He's not going to turn it over until he wants to turn it over.
Yeah.
Like, this is Tom Brady's league. We're all just lucky to witness it.
Yeah.
And what he's done this year, going to the NFC, getting all the way to the Super Bowl, and doing it the way he has. And, Bruce Arians kind of took a little shot at the Patriots, too. Did you see that? Bruce Arians was quoted as saying yeah, we treat him a little different here. Like at his old job, they wouldn't let him coach. Sometimes I just sit back and let him coach. Like they put a little more trust in him. It's kind of like when Peyton was in Indy, and then when he went to Denver, he was kind of the offensive coordinator, and that's what Bruce Arians is letting Tom Brady do. Like when you have someone with experience, when you have someone who's done it for those many years, when you have someone who's taken teams there, why not listen to him?
Just give him the keys.
Like, just because you're the top dog doesn't mean you fucking know everything. It means you got other experienced people underneath you that have been there. And you got Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. Listen to Tom Brady.
I just wonder how Bill Belichick is feeling right now. Just watching, probably told Mr. Kraft, watch, he's going to fall off the cliff. You know, this is the time to move on. And then, hey, I'm back.
Mr. Kraft's going to be missing his little makeout session with Tom Brady, that's for sure. But you look at this, though, for this week, well, in 2 weeks on the 7th, in this Super Bowl, Tom Brady can't make these mistakes that he made yesterday.
No.
Because if you throw 3 interceptions to the Chiefs, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. They're going to get more than 9 points.
They're going to capitalize. 6 points is what Corey said.
6 points. They're going to get more than 6 points off 3 turnovers. Like that's a recipe for 21 points with the Chiefs right there. And we got to give a shout out to Grow Green MI, and we got some fun T-shirts and stuff right now. And if
we got all the swag.
Yeah, they gave us a ton of stuff. If you go to growgreenmi.com or call them today and mention Woodward Sports, they will hook you up with a free T-shirt, all sizes, all colors. You get to pick it. It's very nice. It's very clean. And then they got the little neck covers for you. Plus, they also got great deals on everything that you need for your grow room or grow project. And they'll deliver it to your house anywhere in Michigan. So if you're watching this in Battle Creek, they'll send it there. If you're watching this in Grand Rapids, Detroit, East Side, wherever you are, $50 flat rate shipping for anything that you want. So go to Grow Green MI today and take care of your grow stuff.
Dank deals. Just go check them out.
Yeah,
take advantage of the
deals.
dank.
Dank deals. We could continue talking about Brady all day, just like we could continue talking about Stafford all day. I don't know, man. I love that Tom Brady is in the Super Bowl. I love that we almost had a Michigan matchup with Chad Henne versus Tom Brady.
Where was Chad Henne? Why did he not see the field, damn it?
Yeah, what the hell? Why did they not unleash
led
their
him to the championship and couldn't even see the field?
I mean, yeah, Andy Reid is a hater on those Michigan guys. such sadness.
It is sadness. A lot of people have been asking me about Woody, too. So should we
let's
give a little Woody update?
I saw you post him on your story, too.
Yeah. Shout out to Woody. He's a dog I adopted from Detroit Dog Rescue. And, you got him.
What the hell? Who's that dog?
So I took him to play with a Great Dane this weekend,
my
buddy
my
Tim.
Gosh.
And, Woody's a pocket pit. He's part Corgi, part pit bull. And he's taking on this Great Dane, man. Why are you laughing at me, Art?
Because he's just trying so hard.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally the Great Dane's legs are longer than your entire dog.
He couldn't even get up there, but he ended up biting his ankles and stuff while they were playing. But yeah. So shout out to everybody who's asking about Woody, the Woodward dog. His real name is Woodward. We just call him Woody for short, but it's been great, man. Look how tiny he is taking on that Great Dane. so that's my little Woody update for today.
I saw you walking him over the weekend in the snow.
Yeah, man. Dogs are a lot of responsibility.
You're a really good dog dad. I mean, at least on social media it looks like.
Right, of course.
But I see you walking him. He's in the Jeep with you. I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, man.
I almost want to have you. Will you watch my triplets maybe one weekend?
I'm good with dogs, not kids.
He said triplets. He didn't even say one kid. He said triplets.
Bro, I'm trying to get all 3 for that cheap babysitter rate.
You've never had a dog, have you, Joey?
I've never. Honestly, I've never. I had a little goldfish and then a hamster for a little bit, but I have never. My mom's not really a big pet person at all.
Right.
That's just the way that she was raised and growing up.
Corey, you got a dog?
Yes, I do. His name is Parker. It's a lab mixed with a golden retriever.
Oh, nice.
Why did he sound so sad? He's like, yes, I do.
Because Parker, he's such a handful. He's a jerk. He's a jerk. No, because he he's so smart that he knows different people's car horns. So it's weird. If my stepdad would come up, he knows that horn. But if he knows me, he hears my horn automatically at the door.
That's awesome.
Automatically at the door with the leash.
Is your dog named after Rob Parker? Is that why you named him Parker?
Actually, no. My sister named the dog.
Oh, nice. Adam, what's going on over there? You got me freaked out. You're looking at me with this weird shitty grin on your face. What's going on? Get on Art's.
I will say Adam just fed me that question. I didn't mean to be a dick. It was just that was Adam's way of being.
About the dog?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you came in here for?
No, I've been recording these cameras trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, we got to thank everybody for sticking with these little grayouts that we're having this morning. Obviously, we're working through some technical issues this morning, but thank you all for watching, and thank everybody for sharing this Facebook Live, and thanks everybody for watching on Twitter and on YouTube, subscribing to us on YouTube.
And it's not my fault either. That's graying. People in the comments are like, it's all Art's fault. I have no control over this.
It's because you're the whipping boy on the Baligian and Bell show. They think you're the whipping boy on every show.
No, it will not happen here. I will fist fight all of you right now. I'm joking.
You'll lose against all of us. But no, Art, we appreciate you here on the morning. And you don't even have to raise your hand if you want to talk to us.
I know.
That's my favorite part.
Like, I'm like, oh, wait, Stick likes me. I don't have to raise my hand.
It's funny to see Art over there like, guys, I just want an opinion on this.
My favorite is the whole top fan drama going on, too. Because Mitch is butthurt about it, and I feel bad. But we don't really control these top fan things. It's just something Facebook really does. So we got to go in there in the settings.
No, what it means is you got to keep sharing. That's what it means. You haven't shared enough, Mitch. No,
Mitch is over there like, I share it every single day.
Right. No, we appreciate all you guys in the chat and pretty much everybody that supported the Woodward Sports Network. We got Fish's Facts coming up in about 5 minutes. I mean, we've talked about the Lions. We're obviously going to talk about more because not only did Stafford, this whole Stafford news, but they've added pieces to the puzzle, which we don't have enough time to get into today, so we'll go heavy on that tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Okay. But one thing I did want to touch on before we get to Fish's Facts is Michigan sports are canceled for 2 weeks. Like University of Michigan sports.
Wait, is it all Michigan sports?
Yeah, for basketball, men and women's basketball has been canceled for 2 weeks. And obviously, Michigan basketball has been on a tear this year. They've only lost 1 game. It's really a weird break in momentum to shut the team down for 2 whole weeks.
Yeah, I'm worried about that for their record moving forward. Of course, we're worried about the safety of students and the athletes, but like you said, it's a weird time to do it, and I'm wondering, is that going to affect their momentum and their intensity moving forward? Hopefully it doesn't, though.
What's kind of scary about this is it's not because of COVID-19.
Huh?
It's because of COVID B117, which is a variant of COVID-19.
Yeah, see, they did report a couple of weeks ago in Washington. I was about to say Washington. In Washington County, that a new strain, I guess, is out there.
Yeah, man, I was just in Ann Arbor too.
Oh God.
I was there on Friday.
So here's the update. The mandate follows a positive test result for SARS-CoV-2 B117, which is a virus various infection from several individuals linked to the U of M athletic department, and they're still testing. The B117 variant is thought to be approximately 50% more transmittable than the standard COVID virus. Yeah, leading to a faster spread of the virus, potentially increased numbers of the case, additional hospitalizations, and deaths. Therefore, a pause in all athletic activities and a closure of U of M athletic facilities are being taken to strengthen the public health intervention.
Although it's serious, I will say that the variant of it doesn't make you sicker. So it's a separate strain. It spreads faster, but doctors and hospitals have said that you'll have the same symptoms. I mean, I'm not trying to make it like COVID isn't real, because it is real, but just take that into consideration.
It's just like, I don't want to deal with some mutant ass COVID. Like, we had enough time dealing with regular ass COVID-19. I don't want some mutated just end this shit.
Is this
COVID.
something that players have, or like what? I get that's important.
It was one female player that tested for it, and then it started to spread throughout all of the athletic facilities, so they just shut it down, man.
Yeah, Ward have a quote here from Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel. Canceling competitions is never something we want to do, but with so many unknowns about this variant of COVID-19, we must do everything we can to minimize the spread among student athletes, coaches, staff, and the student athletes at other schools.
I'm blaming Ohio State. I'm telling you, after that woman's ass whooping with Naz Hillman dropping 50 points the other day, all of a sudden this pops off.
There we go. We found it.
It's all Ohio State.
Yeah, that's just a weird situation.
Yeah.
So, hopefully everybody at University of Michigan stays healthy. They get through this because, both of those teams look damn good this year. So we want to see them back on the court. You hate to see a team that's ranked highly in the nation get shut down for something like this. But obviously, health is more important than a basketball game, even though these basketball games are very important. And, you look at the MHSAA canceling basketball and all those other sports and really hurting these kids' future, and hockey shut down. It's a really weird time for these high school kids and college athletes. So I hope, since they only have those 4 years to compete, that they take advantage of all those 4 years.
How long is this going on for?
2 weeks. It's a 2-week shutdown.
Because I'm seeing Michigan men's basketball playing Penn State on Wednesday.
No, it's probably canceled.
That's.
When did this pop off?
Over the weekend.
Over the weekend.
Is it?
Yeah. January 23rd is when the announcement went out. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break, Art. We'll play our commercials, and we'll get back. It's almost 9:50, so Fish's Facts are coming your way next.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
And we're back. It is 9:49, so we can either kill like 30 seconds, or we can just get into Fish's Facts.
We gotta kill you guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's now 9:50 on the dot.
No, you gotta wait for my device. It still says 9:49 on my device.
Oh,
Stick.
never mind.
There it is. All right, go ahead. Proceed.
All right, Fish, you bring in random facts every day at 9:50. I actually didn't get to hear your fact this morning, so I'm hoping this is an amazing fact that you're bringing our way. What is Fish's fact of the day?
I have two of them, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Number one, as of an hour and 50 minutes ago, it is Australia Day.
All right.
Happy Australia Day.
So it's January 26th.
Okay.
But it's the 26th in Australia, so I celebrate it today.
Are you Australian, Fish?
Like for real?
I'm New Zealand and Australian. Big fan of the country.
One of his dream places to go to, because Fish and I share an office, is New Zealand.
Yes.
Oh, okay, to see the All Blacks?
Yes, but just New Zealand in general.
Okay, nice.
So it is the day that marks the anniversary of the arrival of the first fleet of British ships in New South Wales at Port Jackson in 1788.
Wow. All right.
And it wasn't until 1946 that they officially called it Australia Day.
Okay. That's awesome. So
now
what do
I
they do on Australia Day? Is it like our Independence Day type
What
thing?
do you do on Australian Day,
What
too,
do I do?
Fish?
I celebrate. Well, this is where the sports comes in. Triple header of cricket.
Yeah!
Oh, okay.
But we have a sports-related one now. This is kind of dumbass, kind of not.
Okay.
Yesterday, this is Zimbabwe and Mali. A player took a free kick that wasn't supposed to take a free kick, so the coach said, all right, 2 minutes, 20 seconds in the game, you're subbed out.
They kicked him out of the game?
Yeah.
Damn, without a red card or anything? Just
Nope.
like, hey, you screwed up, get out?
Yep, subbed him out. So, got me wondering, what is the fastest player to get subbed off?
Ooh.
So, the fastest time.
Okay.
So, you got any guesses?
Definitely not Pele.
No, this is the time. How many seconds into a game?
30 seconds.
Pay attention,
Subbed
Stick.
off.
30 seconds. I thought he was trying to get me
I'm
to
going
guess
to go
the player.
14 seconds.
13 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Joey. What'd he do?
I
Is this the guy that showed his dick?
No, that was actually 2 minutes into the game, Stick.
Okay.
No, it was a 16-year-old So
That showed his
apparently
dick. Wait, I can't say that.
it was a 16-year-old got subbed off. So apparently there's a rule in Estonia that you have to have like 2 homegrown players. So, and the team was riddled with COVID, so he had to send a 16-year-old out there. So they kicked off. I guess the goalie kicked the ball out of bounds. He's like, all right, 16-year-old, get off.
Wow. All right.
So, and that counts as a start.
Got it. All right. Well, thank you for Fish's facts. Are you going to bet on the cricket today? Are you a betting man on cricket?
I should.
Yeah, man. Let's talk after this. I want your inside
I need
scoop.
some picks, bro.
Let's put some money on some cricket today on my bookie. I'm totally down to do this today, Fish, and I'm going to take all your picks, okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you,
Watch
Fish.
him make us a millionaire.
I know, man. That's why Fish has a Lexus. He just gambles on cricket in Australia constantly.
He got like the inside scoop on all this.
Fish been like, I've been on my bookie for years. Where you guys been at?
Listen, other ways that you could be a millionaire is by going to northwesterntech.edu. All right, I got to transition to this, talking about the HVAC school that works. So go to northwesterntech.edu. It's a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program that you got to take advantage of. And I mean, it's believing in yourself more so. That's what I love about this program that they offer at Northwestern Tech, is that the freedom that you have in this industry. I mean, HVAC right now is an industry that is booming. So northwesterntech.edu. Go check them out. And now you guys ready?
You ready for the dumbass of the day?
Yes. So our dumbass of the day.
Art, make sure that you got this really loud over there for me, all right? Because this one you got to crank up. You want me to hit the dumbass first?
Yeah, we need
I've
it
got
first.
the video that we could play in VMix too. Of the dumbass.
Perfect. We need the audio first, though. Hit it.
He's a dumbass. All right, go ahead, Joey.
You're an ass. So this is a video that Art could play right now from yesterday's game. I don't know who the dumbass goes to on this one. It's between the referees and the defensive tackle for the Chiefs, Chris Jones. This happened, you know the big brawl that went on?
Yeah.
So in this play, you see Chris Jones actually going for the punch on Joe Feliciano.
Yep, takes him down.
He kind of played it a little bit. He sold that one. But how does the referee miss this? This is a full-on punch. And as you see, this punch obviously led to what we saw later on in the game. And that's why it's like, when you see John Feliciano, I love that name, by the way, going after his quarterback like that, I loved seeing him just lay him out.
That's right.
And start that big brawl.
You gotta protect the quarterback, man.
Gotta protect the quarterback. So them two are the dumbasses of the day today.
Awesome. Let's hit that dumbass one more time. Crank it up over there, Art. All the way. You're an ass. You're an ass.
You are an ass.
So that was our dumbass of the day. Obviously, there is so much more Lions talk that we could get into. I'm sad that the show was only 2 hours today. Like, this is one of those days where we could go 5-6 hours almost talking about Lions.
It's so much content.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even get to Anthony Lynn.
Wow.
Dude, we didn't even get to...
More changes to the team.
Who they brought in.
John Dorsey.
John Dorsey, which is a huge story. If you guys don't know about John Dorsey, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., we're going to highlight both of them and highlight kind of the new structure of the Detroit Lions and where we're moving forward.
Also, one thing, if you guys want to just read up on John Dorsey, he was one of my 5 picks for the GM role, along with Brad Holmes. So the fact that we have both in the front office is really good. So go check that out. It's on woodwardsports.com.
Yeah, the Lions front office is building quite a squad right now. So congrats to the Lions. Thank you guys for waking up with us. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you for retweeting. Thank you for sharing on Facebook. We really appreciate you guys. We love you guys, like, for real. We love you like Joey loves Matthew Stafford and Kelly Stafford. I miss him. I'm happy you made it through the show without crying, bro. Even though Kelly had that post.
Yeah, when you made me read the post, I was like, you got a little emotional on that one.
Well, thank you to the Staffords for what you've done for this city and what you've helped the Detroit Lions do for the past 12 years. It's weird. It's like your parents getting a divorce and you're the kid that's grown up, but you understand.
It's been 12 years.
Yeah, you understand why your parents are getting a divorce, and you're like, oh, I'm cool. I'm going to be fine. And then you go home and fucking cry. So, yeah. Bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye, guys.
Baligian and Bell up next.